Hello! Alright, so just got done taking Hillary to church tonight. That's why I'm not here exactly at 6:45, but hey, better late than never, right? I wanted to come on here and more so than just in a post, which I thought about doing, but I wanted to express how I feel being a new graduate, being a 60-hour reboot graduate, which I'm really excited about. So I know that I've talked about the reboot, what it is, everything that goes into it. Why I did it was to get control over mindless emotional eating. So I will briefly just do a recap and talk about my experience with the 60-day reboot or 60-hour reboot. Holy moly, 60 days, I'd be dead. Okay, so I went into, I'm just gonna go right to it. I went into my reboot, not really wanting, like, I mean, you don't do something like this for weight loss. Like, you do something like this to get your system back on track. You do something like this more mental than physical, right? So I went into it. I almost didn't do photos or measurements or anything like that, but I did. And over the period of the last 60 hours, so it started Sunday night at 8 p.m. and ended this morning at, it was about 8:30 when I ate breakfast. I had a pretty good experience. I was honestly expecting a lot of detox. I was expecting headaches. I was expecting fatigue when I did the whole 30, and when I did the ultimate reset, I struggled on days like 2 through 5. I had a lot of issues. Like, I had a migraine so bad that I threw up during the reset, Beachbody's reset. I had a lot of complications with it that were to be expected, simply because, you know, it's like the keto flu, right? Like, with most of those meal plans, you're experiencing the keto flu because you're getting rid of all the junk and coming into good stuff, right? So I was expecting that. And when I didn't have any negative side effects, on day 1, I was like, day 2 is going to be a beast. So I fully expected yesterday to be terrible. Monday was fine. I did not have a single issue. There were a couple times where I was like, man, I could eat. But then I just got busy with my day and I never thought about it again. I kept up with my max ketones, with the better broth, with the Signal OS, which is the AC11 capsules, and then my tea before bed. I was fine. Then day 2 rolls around, or day 3, I guess, technically. I was fine of a morning. When Hillary was at school. It was her Valentine's Day party and she asked me to go, and I was like, no, there's no way I can be around like Valentine's Day candy and this party, and no, I don't want to. I love you, but no. So, which is fine, because she adamantly told me I was not allowed at her Christmas party, so I didn't feel so bad saying no to her Valentine's Day party. So I was fine, and then she came home. And when I started struggling was when I had to make her lunch. And now, mind you, I was fine Monday night because we were out. Like, we were getting the new car, we were at home, like, there wasn't any downtime, right? But Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon, having to make Hillary lunch, like Saturday night, or Monday night, I just was like, man, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I want the meaty middle part of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich that is just, like, so gooey and, like, the bread is mushy. Like, that is what I wanted. So when Hillary wanted a peanut butter and jelly sandwich yesterday for lunch, I was like, man, here goes. So I stayed strong. I made her sandwich. She had some fruit, a couple chips. I did fine. And then a girlfriend comes running downstairs with some of the Laughing Cow cheese. And she had a wedge for me and a wedge for her. And she's like, here, Mom, I brought you this. And I had to decline, which normally, if I'm not hungry, like, even though I wouldn't be hungry, I would have eaten that cheese wedge because she brought it to me, right? So there's that emotional mindless eating. And then she offered me some of her Valentine's Day candy when she was eating it, and normally I would have eaten more than just what she offered me. So it really brought to my attention times when I eat with her that it's so just second nature when it shouldn't be second nature at all. And then yesterday for dinner time was also really difficult. But, you know, I had my broth for dinner. And it was just not satisfying. It was really satisfying Monday night. It was not satisfying Tuesday night because you're just at that stage where you just really want food by that point. I wasn't necessarily like feeling like I was starving to death. I just wanted food. I wanted real food. I wanted to chew something. Like that was where the struggle really came in, because I was getting the fuel that my body needed. Like I legitimately know, like I didn't feel tired. I never had a headache. I never had any problems like that. My stomach never growled. I knew I was not hungry. It was all this. It was all mental, just needing something to chew. So I woke up today and I had a raging headache. My stomach was upset. I was like, oh, there's the detox I was expecting. So for breakfast, they wanted us to have some, they said more broth if we had any, otherwise some healthy fats like avocado and eggs. I didn't have any avocado. They said be careful with carbs and cheese and that kind of thing because it can upset your belly. I had 2 eggs scrambled with a little bit of pepper jack cheese on top, and I did fine. And after that, I started feeling much better. So overall, I lost some weight. I mean, come on, I drank for 60 hours. Like, of course you're gonna lose weight. I lost some inches. Of course I'm going to lose some inches because I only drank for 60 hours. But I think the biggest thing that I learned about myself and what I set out to accomplish with this was the mental side of it. For Valentine's Day, we got Mike candy. Hillary got some suckers. Mike got me chocolate. Hillary got into Mike's chocolate. I didn't even get into Mike's chocolate today. He got home just now, and I did have some of his jelly beans with him. We got him some jelly beans just because it's so hard to say no to jelly beans. But overall, like, my breakfast was healthy. My lunch was tuna. I had fruit at my mom's group meeting this morning, and I did have a cup of coffee with that too. But it was one of those, like, I drank water and I felt good, and all day today I have felt fine. I haven't felt like I needed a nap. I haven't felt on edge. Like, I have felt so good over the past, since Sunday night, you know, like leading into this. I was so nervous leading into this, and now I look back and I'm like, I shouldn't have been, because when legitimately, like, I know I was getting what I needed. And I know that that sounds so, like, bogus and hocus pocus and what are you talking about? Even as someone going into this who drank ketones, obviously, on a daily basis, I didn't know the power of them until doing the 60-hour reboot. Like, I didn't realize just how much you can fuel yourself living on ketones, being in ketosis. Like, not only ketosis through exogenous ketones, but ketosis through ketogenesis, like where you're spilling ketones on your own. Like, I feel so empowered now. And it's one of those, still leading into it. Like, did I say I would do a strict keto diet? Absolutely not. I still do not have any intention of doing a strict keto diet. But I do have major intention for being more mindful and not binging eating because I can, or eating with Hillary just to eat with Hillary, or consciously making an effort to, like, eat my vegetables before I eat the main course, like, fill up on the stuff I should be filling up on. Like, tonight at church, like, I ate all of my carrots before I ate the main course, you know? So I felt good going into it, drank tons of water, and it also taught me a lot about the importance of water. And I used to get so annoyed at Mike for chewing on ice. And then I started eating ice during the reboot just to, like, have something to chew. And it's really, like, satisfying just to chew ice. Like, not, like, huge chunks, but we have, like, the crushed ice to just, like, munch on that, too. So, yeah. Would I recommend this to anybody? Yeah. In a heartbeat. And I had a great group of girls who are not anything related to Prove It. They just wanted to try this with me. I had a great group of girls who did this with me, and I am just so stinking proud of them. I'm so proud of them because they all did it and they all kept a good attitude. We had a group thread going, talking like when we were struggling, and just the mental obstacles they were overcoming. There was one woman who said that her mom had said to her, you know, if you can do this, you can do anything. And she's like, yeah, you're right, you know. And she finished the reboot and she goes, this just makes me realize that like everything that I've done that has happened to me in the last few months, because she's had some trials going on, everything that has happened, like I am strong enough to get over everything. And it's amazing just how much of a emotional role like doing something like this can do for you, like for your mind, your body, your soul, you know, like how much it sounds so hokey when I say it. I know it sounds so hokey, but just how much it can do for you. And I'm so proud of them for doing it with me. I did have one woman who, she is a controlled diabetic. She did it under her doctor's supervision, and at one point her blood sugar did get too low and he wanted her to eat something, so she did, but she still finished with the reboot. She just had to incorporate a little food into it under his discretion. And I mean, I'm still proud of her too. Like, I mean, she still did this. She still had the audacity to go to her doctor and be like, I want to try something like this. And her doctor was open enough to listen, you know? And I just appreciate people stepping outside of their comfort zones and doing this as well. So if anybody came to me and you ask, do I think this is right for you? Most people I'm going to be like, yeah, I do. Because it sounds so difficult. And parts of it were difficult. And I know some people had a more difficult time with it than I did. But I think getting past it and proving to yourself that you can do this and not feel like complete and total crap for the 60 hours. Because I mean, even the people who had headaches or stomach upset or anything like that, like they got through it and it was one day, and then the next day they felt fine, or they felt fine the first day, and then the second day they didn't feel fine, and then it's over, you know, like it's just such a short period of time in the greater scheme of things. Such a short period of time to be able to prove to yourself how strong you are and what you can accomplish, and then to get your body to that native state where you are in ketogenesis, like you are producing ketones on your own, and just how incredible you feel like that. Like if you want to feel a natural high, Mike would probably hate me for saying that, but that's the way to do it. Like you just feel so good. And unless you've been there, there's no other way to explain it. And I know I feel great just with putting ketones into my system, but to have my body making ketones on their own, it's just, it's awesome. It's awesome. So yes, I would recommend this to most people. It is going to be a once a month reboot. So every month we'll have graduates who come out, you know. It's exciting to be a part of. I am officially, leading into this, even beforehand, I'm official Keto Reboot coach. So I'm here certified, able to help you along the way through doing your reboot. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm glad I did it. If you asked me if I would do it every single month, I don't know about that. But I was telling Mike, I feel like at least quarterly, it's going to be something that I'll do. Like just mentally, like getting yourself back on track once a quarter, like every 3 months, just doing it. I feel like it would be incredible for me to continue to do. Monthly, no. Quarterly, absolutely. So yeah, that's that. I'm happy I did it. I feel good. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm just very zen. I'm very zen right now. Like this is not my normal peppy, like, woo, self. I feel good. I had a good day. We had a great time in our MOPS group today. Great message. Great time at church tonight with Hillary. And just overall a really good day. And it just makes me appreciate so much more everything and just not breezing over this day. Just so much more aware of everything that's happening. So yeah, that's that. I'm a reboot graduate. How cool, right? How cool. Have a good one.